The Blue Card team regularly attend remote communities and help applicants apply for a Blue Card. A common question we get asked is, why do I need a Blue Card when I don't work with kids? This is a good question and the topic of today's discussion. Overcompliance of the Blue Card system. This video series will provide information about the Blue Card system and help you determine who needs a Blue Card to work with council. This is a 4-part series.
What is the Blue Card system? All children in Queensland have a right to be safe and protected from harm. The Blue Card system is regulated by the Working with Children Act. The Blue Card system regulates activities that are essential to children's lives, such as childcare, education, health and disability services, as well as services which are good for children's development and well-being, things like sport, recreation and cultural activities. We check and monitor people who work in these industries and help organisations to create safe environments for children. However, the Blue Card system does not apply to every environment where a child may be present, and not everyone needs a Blue Card. We will talk more about who needs a Blue Card during our next presentation.
We often hear of organisations having mandatory Blue Card requirements for all employees, even when the work has no interaction with children. When we ask organisations why they have blanket policies, some responses are, "We aren't sure, so we just make everyone get one." It's an easy way to police check and monitor our employees. It's always been that way. Or there may be kids present. Having blanket Blue Card policies can create real barriers for local community members to get employment.
So let's look at what the Blue Card system is all about. The Blue Card system is about screening people who work in child-related environments to ensure they are eligible to work with children. The Blue Card checks a person's eligibility to work with children, not their suitability to work with children. As mentioned before, the Blue Card system does not apply to every environment where a child may be present, and not everyone needs a Blue Card. We are not here to name and shame. However, I would like to show you some job vacancies I've pulled from various council websites.
On the screen, you will see an employment opportunity within a local council as a trainee finance officer. Have a look at the job description, and you will see the 4th bullet point outlines the ability to obtain and retain a Blue Card if required. Let's have a look at another example. This role is advertising a business traineeship opportunity. You will notice the ad has a requirement to obtain a Working with Children Blue Card or willing to obtain. And finally, this role is advertising a regulatory office role. We will come back to this later in the presentation. Did you know all Blue Card applicants and cardholders are monitored by the Queensland Police Service daily? This means when an applicant or cardholder has a change in their police information, we are notified of this change. Some organisations use the Blue Card system to screen their employees. They think that every time there is a change in an applicant or cardholder's police information, we will notify them, when in fact, we will only notify an organisation when there is a change in a cardholder's status, not criminal history. The Blue Card check is very different from a standard police check. The Blue Card check is a detailed national police check that goes back to when a person was 10 years of age. You will see on the screen what's included in this check. If information comes back from the Blue Card check, it then becomes a manual process. As part of procedural fairness and natural justice, we write to the applicant to ask them to provide us with more information, which can include giving us their side of the story to support their Blue Card application. The job examples we looked at earlier required a person to have a Blue Card. Council must be certain that the usual functions of the trainee finance officer, business officer, and regulatory officer involves child-related work, justifying the need for a Blue Card.
So, if you're applying to become a backhoe driver, which required you to hold and retain a blue card, imagine how you would feel if you received a document asking you to explain what you did 10 years ago. This can cause some individuals to feel shame and fearful of being rejected. It can also re-traumatise a person. Now imagine if you went through that process and you were then deemed ineligible to hold a blue card. How do you think you would be viewed by your fellow community members? Because now, as a negative notice holder, you also become a restricted person, and as a restricted person, you cannot volunteer with your kid's school, sporting club, or childcare. Can you see how making an applicant apply for a blue card when the work they are doing is not regulated by the blue card system can have a huge impact on them, their family, and their ability to obtain employment?
Organisations should not adopt a policy requiring their employees obtain a blue card when the work they are doing is not regulated by the blue card system, particularly organisations that are subject to the Human Rights Act and Anti-Discrimination Act. As mentioned earlier, if council need to fill various positions, they need to ensure only those employees working in a regulated employment obtain a blue card. We understand the importance of keeping kids and community safe. Remember, the blue card is only one aspect of keeping children safe, and organisations must have clear policies in place to identify and mitigate any risk of harm to children. Under the Local Government Act 2009 Queensland, a Chief Executive Officer has the responsibility of identifying which roles in council require an employee to hold a blue card.
By working together, we can help you identify those roles which require employees to have blue cards and assist with child and youth risk management strategies to identify and mitigate risks in those areas which do not require a blue card. Our next presentation will cover who in council needs a blue card.